everybody, long time no see. Unless you follow me on my other channel, I do have another YouTube channel, and that is my primary YouTube channel. It deals with collecting and crafting, and in fact it's called Peace Craft Dolls. If you want to join me over there, I usually post videos 2 to 3 times a week over there, depending on how things go. And in fact, I am in a different spot today. Typically, I film these book videos in my home office, but I'm going to get some crafting done today, so I'm in my craft room. And you don't see the craftastrophe behind me. I'm trying to shield that somewhat. But I thought, you know what, before I get to stitching here, I would pop in and give you an update on some of my reading, and I hope you find it useful. So, not that long ago, or I guess it's been a while ago, I should correct myself, I posted a video and talked about how I had lost my reading mojo. I am still struggling with that, but I am getting a little bit more into a reading routine. But I have to say, yeah, as a teacher, a writing teacher, in fact, I read a lot of other people's writing as part of my job because I have to grade that writing. So I get kind of pooped. I have eye strain and just mental strain. So thank goodness for Audible. I have managed to get through quite a few books because of Audible, and I did actually read one physical book. And I am reading another physical book right now, but this video I'm talking about some recent reads. I guess it's semi-recent because I have not had a video like this in a while. So, first off, the first recent read that I'm going to talk about is titled Looking for Eden, and it is written by Caroline Overington. Let me make Caroline Overington. And I gave it 3 out of 4 stars on Goodreads, and I just went back and reread my review over there. I do try to write a review for everything that I read, listen to, etc. on Goodreads if you want to follow me over there. And yes, I remember now, I really liked it up to a certain point, and then it started getting muddled. It looked like maybe the author was, I'm just guessing here, obviously. It felt like the author to me was trying to do too much. The storyline starts off with a woman and her brother. Their father passes away, and they inherit his home and some property, which is quite worth quite a bit of money. And this is also, the setting is Australia. And then on top of that, their mother, when they were younger, this woman and her brother, their mom actually left them, okay, when they were young children. They never found out what happened to her, and that's a little bit messed up because of the property has her name still on it and all this kind of thing. And so the main plot, or what it seemed to be the main plot, was the fact that they were trying to find out what happened to their mom, or at least the woman was, and the brother was not too keen on that. So she's trying to find this out. Well, in the meantime, this other plot kind of weaves its way in, I would say, well into halfway through the book. And, you know, it's not at the beginning. It just sort of shows up, and it kind of took over that main plot. And I found that confusing, and I didn't want that other plot. I wanted to find out what happened to the mother. I wanted the mystery solved. I wanted the brother and sister to, you know, come together and, you know, all that kind of thing. And then instead, this other plot came in and took over. So I would say 3 stars was kind of generous. On the plus side, too, Audibles did a wonderful job with the narrators, because there are multiple narrators. So this book really worked well as far as a book to listen to. So the other book that I listened to on Audibles was called The Austen Escape by author, I can't remember now, Reay is her last name, Katherine Reay, R-E-A-Y. And I gave this 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I really liked it. Again, this was a Audibles book, and I think the reason why I didn't give it 5 is because it wasn't like amazing, but it was predictable, it was fun, it was entertaining. A little too predictable maybe, but you know, anything that connects to Jane Austen, I'm usually there. Okay, I'm here. Okay, so I did really enjoy that. If you like Jane Austen and you don't mind a little bit of an escapist, predictable type of plot, then I definitely recommend this. It was a very good read/listen. So the next book is A Place to Land by Laura K. Denton, and this book also is an Audibles listen, and I did have to admit that I had a hard time getting into it at first. I think I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. Did I do that? A Place to Land. Yes, I did give it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I've got my little list over here. And yeah, it was slow. It was really kind of, the beginning was slow. I felt like there was just so much backstory before I could, I really got to the good stuff. But it's a story of 2 sisters who actually have a secret that they've been holding on to for 40 years. They support each other. There's another young woman that shows up in their story that they help out. So the characters are really good, heartwarming story. There's this mystery that ties, through the whole novel, that once you get into it, it was, worthwhile. The writing actually was really good. It was just, I was not in the mood for something that is, I would almost say this was a bit on the literary side, where, every blade of grass is described. And I'm not against that. I do like that sometimes, but I was looking for something that was a little bit more immediate. So just keep that in mind. I do recommend it, but you kind of have to be a little bit, just calm down a little. Be a little patient. Yes, I guess that's a better word. Be a little patient. If I was physically reading this book, I don't know if I would have managed to keep up my momentum, but because I did actually stop listening to it at one point and then go back to it. So, but I ended up really liking it. So, that's, sometimes you just have to persevere. Then my last Audible book that I'm going to talk about real quickly was called The Keeper of Lost Things by Ruth Hogan. I only gave it 2 stars. Very disappointing. Had a wonderful idea where there's this main character who, because he loses something precious to him in his life after that, and it was very, traumatic situation when he lost it, he ended up, whenever he would find stuff, he would keep it and catalog it with the idea that maybe someday he was going to give these items to people. And a lot of it is garbage, like a button, a hair clip, things like that. Some of it is not. But anyway, yeah, so that premise to me was really interesting. But once I got to listen to it, and again, this is one of those books that if I had been reading it physically, I don't know if I would have finished it. Just not a lot happened. It was like a neat idea. Lots of interesting characters. I did like the characters, but just not really compelling, not a major dilemma. So the guy had a bunch of crap that he actually ends up, when he passes away, leaving it to his to an assistant friend of his, and then she has all the crap. So then she, with the idea that she's supposed to somehow find homes for the original owners of the crap. So I don't know. If you've read it and you had to have a different opinion of it, I'd be interested. Maybe maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But yeah, I only gave it 2 stars. Finally, this is the physical book I read. Yes, this teeny tiny little thing. I'm just so pooped from coming home from work and grading and everything. I'm in bed really ridiculously early, Some days it's all I can do not to take a nap when I get home, but I don't want to do that because then I have to go to bed in a few hours because I have to get up super early. So you know how that goes. But I did read this, and I have to say, yes, Colleen Hoover, if you're in a slump, pick up Colleen Hoover. Okay, pick up any book by Colleen Hoover if you are trying to get your reading mojo back. That said, I didn't really like it. I gave it 2 stars. I started off really good, and it typical, like she sucked you in. I was like, oh, really compelling characters, a different storyline, a little bit of, hoochie coochie, that kind of thing. But then after a while, it was like, kind of felt repetitive. I get it. He really likes her. He likes her a lot. He really, really, really likes her. He likes her so much. And he likes her. Oh my God, he likes her. I was like, okay, let's just move on. I get it, okay? And it's a pretty short little book. Now, I will say, from what I understand, this is a sequel, but it should be able to stand alone. I'm sorry, if you're going to have sequels and stuff, that's nice, but you should, if you're going to break them up like this, they should be able to stand alone. So if there was something critical that I should have known before reading this, that I still feel like that is something wrong with the book, not the reader. So, anywho, yeah. But I got through it. It's a nice short read. Again, I mean, I actually did set it down for a little while because I was like, oh my gosh, just get to it already. So that's my thoughts on some recent reads. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending a little time with me to see what's on my bookshelf. Bye-bye.